Hey guys, just to preface before I start the video, I'm going to have a bit of background noise. I don't know if you already heard it, but I'm too lazy to change the batteries in my smoke detector, and I'm I gotta get the video out. Uh, so for now, y'all are just gonna have to deal with it. I'm sorry, it'll be gone by the next video. There it is again. Yep. It'll be gone by the next video. Don't worry. But anyways, let's get on with the story. A lot of people would normally brag about how they pulled the girl they love, and rightfully so. Honestly, I thought about telling stories like that too, but I couldn't do that in good faith or be true to myself if I told stories like that. Today I'm here to tell a story that most people would be embarrassed to tell. I'm gonna tell y'all about how I fumbled a girl that I still love. As a kind of forenote to the story, this girl did not do anything wrong. Fumbling was 100% on my end, and it's my fault. Most people, when I see them talk about exes or old relationships, they don't take 100% of the blame, but that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Any mess ups through this story are 100% on me. And if I had a second chance, I would definitely do things a lot differently. When I first met this girl, it was before I moved out of my hometown. I met her at a coffee shop after I got a job there. And this was after a really bad breakup of mine. I didn't really think much of it at the time, honestly, and quite frankly, I didn't need to. She was cute, kind, and had a heart of gold. You would never catch her being mean or doing something bad, and you could tell she genuinely cared about the people in her circle. She was everything somebody would want, not only as like a significant other, but also as a friend. Genuinely, even talking to her would bring a smile to my face. And I'm not just saying that either, it's like she brightened my day no matter what happened. And every time I talked to her, it would be like a ray of sunshine. And she was genuinely the sweetest, most thoughtful, most loving girl. She knew how to love people just to love them, right? She knew how to show people love without being afraid. And I feel like that's something a lot of people nowadays lack. And so after I left from the military, we didn't talk for a long time, probably like about a year and a half to like 2 years, maybe even longer. And I'm pretty sure I reached back out to her and we got back in touch through our socials and started talking again. Uh, Talking about anything really. And one summer, when I took leave to come back to my hometown for a family event, she was also there. And so we hung out a few times, and one night when we were together, I ended up kissing her. It was at a park. We were on the dock facing the lake as the sun set, and the cool summer breeze kissed our skin. I remember the sound of her laughing at one of my stupid jokes, and how I couldn't help but feel embarrassed afterwards. Uh, Her laugh was contagious, and I couldn't help but laugh too. I'm still not over this girl. Um, I can't understand or explain why, but it felt like it was the first time somebody genuinely loved me for me. I can't quite put my feelings into words, but the best way to put it would be to say that every time I think of her, I still feel a deep sense of yearning. And not the modern day media kind of yearning, but a deep, soft, sensual yearning. The type of yearning you feel towards somebody you deeply care about. I cut this girl off shortly after our relationship ended. Not out of hatred or spite or anger, but out of sadness and bitterness. I was bitter at myself for a lot of my own shortcomings, and I was sad that I had fallen short in so many different ways. Honestly, I'm still frustrated at myself for doing that because even if it was the right decision, I would kill just to hear her voice again, just to be able to talk to her again. I understand that holding on to something for this long isn't really healthy, but I just can't quite bring myself to care about that. I miss her deeply, and I hope she knows I wish the best for her. The funny thing is, I wasn't originally going to make this video. I was actually going to talk about something else, but then my editing software killed the whole project, funny enough. And then afterwards, she actually subscribed to the channel, which was even more surprising to me. I don't know if she knows it's me or if she just liked my videos, but quite frankly, I'm not worried about why. I actually think she'd be a little more frustrated at me for not putting more effort into something I want to grow and pursue. So that's one of the reasons why I'm making this video and kind of putting myself out there almost. But I'm not going to talk about too much that happened while we were in a relationship. Sorry to disappoint. I will say a lot of the decisions I made in the relationship weren't exactly the greatest. I could have been a lot more attentive and put a lot more effort in than I actually did. And that's something I still beat myself up for. And it's still something I'm not over. I tend to beat myself up over stuff like that, and quite frankly, I don't think I'm gonna be over it for a long time. So I guess the best piece of advice I could give to anybody watching would be to not fumble a girl you love and put the effort in, put the time in, because I promise you it'll be worth it if you both really care about each other. So that's all I got. Peace.